Good morning, friends. Welcome along to the Deal It Up Challenge this week. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend, whatever you got up to. Let's get into the challenge, shall we? I am super keen to see what this week's prompts are going to be. Oh, it's quite weird how excited I get to do this challenge. We're quite a wee way through it now, aren't we, in terms of doing the faux playing cards, and yet I'm still like, oh, I wonder which one we're going to do and what the prompts are going to be that we're going to have to work into it. I just find it really fun, and I hope you do too. If you haven't given it a go, why not jump in? Oops, not doing a very good job of shuffling here. I'm doing more talking than I am concentrating on what I'm doing. Right, my hands are cold too, which doesn't help. Okay, let's go the second from the top, because why not? So shall we do a reveal now, or I think we'll do it at the end, because we've done a couple of weeks where I've revealed as we go. So today I'm just going to mix it up. Keep you hanging. Oops, if I don't show you all the cards before we even pull them. That's what you get with cold hands. I've just washed my hands in cold water, which is not a brilliant idea. It's just trouble warming up today. Right, let's go the bottom one. And our third creative prompt. So we've had a pretty good weekend, I'll have to say. We've had huge frosty mornings, like our biggest, hardest frosts this winter. So it was -3 yesterday morning, this morning, or was it this morning? Yeah, I think -3 yesterday morning, -2 this morning. So, you know, just getting up there a little bit by 1 degree. Doesn't make much difference. Yeah, super cold and beautiful sunny days afterwards, but, you know, it just takes a while to warm up. Let's just take that one. Okay, so now the faux playing card. So I will reveal this one actually. I'll reveal this one straight away. The stack is getting a lot smaller. We're getting through them. Right, let's just take the top one. I don't know whether I've actually shuffled the top one, but it doesn't matter because we're going to get through them all anyway. So we're doing the 4 of spades today. And the alternate make, if you would like to not make the faux playing card, which is essentially a journal card. Whoops. Oh, tell you what, my fingers are just not wanting to cooperate. Then you can make this instead, or you can make both prompts. As I've said a zillion times, but you never know when there's someone new along who might come into this going, I don't get what we're supposed to do, how it works, etc. And if that's you, just watch and it will hopefully become clear. But do let me know in the description box if you have any questions whatsoever. So the alternate make today is a belly band. I'm just going to hug my cup here in my hands for just the briefest of moments to try and thaw my hands out. I've got my blackcurrant and apple nice and hot. In fact, just a little too hot to drink right now because it's just freshly boiled water. Okay, I'm going to start this way, work this way. So we need to include, whichever one you do, or whether you do both, we need to include fabric, 3 colours, fun, and something that's bumpy or textured. Now that may be actual tactile bumpy, you know, you can feel it, or it could be visually, like this image I've got on this card. Hopefully you can make that out, is like a textured fabric, but it's an image of it. It's not actually the fabric. It's just a magazine image of, like, I think possibly a towel or something. So it doesn't have to be tactile, you know, feel the bumpy or texture. It could just be an image. But whichever way you go, it's fine. You interpret it as you wish. Right, so I've got my base at the ready here. I just realized I haven't distressed around the edge yet. And I've got a little bit of a pencil line there. Just get rid of that. I've pre-chosen the stencil, which is this one, and I'm going with my Vivid Chartreuse archival ink to stencil the back. You don't have to stencil the back of your card, it's entirely your choice. Depends what you're working with, what your base is. I just like to add something on this piece of cat food box is what I'm using as my base. And I'm just making it darker and lighter, just a bit of interest without trying to get the whole pattern represented. That'll do. So you may not even really see that under the lights or in the camera, just a lovely subtle overall pattern. Whoops. Right, I'm just going to take a moment to ink around it. I'm thinking I would like to do the belly band today, so we'll see how we get on, whether we can fit that in. Haven't done a belly band in this challenge for quite a while, I feel. This one's got a little fold from the box where I cut it out. I just put it too far towards the fold, so that's alright. It's a bit of interest. Okay, let's do the stamping. So we need the 4 of spades. So I'll grab out my number 4. An acrylic block. Black ink for this. Easy peasy. Just give that block a little wipe down. Managed to get the edge of it in the ink. Right. Pop our wee 4 away, and that's them done. And now I just need to grab the spades, or spade I should say. Did we do a spade last week? I have a feeling we did spades last week as well. Right, so we spade stamp. Cute little thing that it is. And no, my diamond stamp still has not turned up. I, at this stage, think it's gone. If it was on the floor was vacuumed the next day. So it would have been vacuumed up if it was on the floor. Other than that, you know, I don't know. I just don't know where it would have gone. But it has not turned up, and it's been a few weeks or maybe over a month. I've lost track since it disappeared. Which is a shame, but there you go. Right, so that's that side done. Can put our backing ground paper away and turn it over. Another hug of my drink here, defrost my hands, and I'm recording it like after 3 in the afternoon. You think it would be a bit warmer, but oh man, it's just cold. I know I grizzle about the cold, but it really, like my fingernails, can you see they're slightly purpley, just ever so slightly? I just don't function well in the cold, so I grizzle about it. I'm a true Kiwi. I can whinge. And I'm laughing at myself and my fellow country people. Okay, so 3 colours. I think I will do the collage in those 3 colours. To me, that makes sense right now. I don't know what 3 colours I want, though. Let's see what I've got. One. I might have to pull out my bag so I can have a better look. We've got, actually I quite like that apricot-y peachy sort of colour and the pink together. Very warm colours going on there. And a bit of yellow for freshness. Why not? Let's go with that. I think that will be sufficient to collage up the base. That there. Put this over here. And then that kind of like that. Yep, that'll do. Not getting too carried away, too fussy. Or do I want that? No, I like that rough edge there. Now I'm overthinking it. I said I'm not being too fussy, and now I'm fiddling with the arrangement of 3 bits of paper. Crazy, crazy woman. Right, let's glue down. I'm going back to the original way I had them. So, besides the cold, and the sunny days that I mentioned, we did have a good weekend. I am still in the weekend actually, of course, as I'm recording this. Saturday was quite busy in the morning. I guess into the afternoon as well. We had some parcels to pack for the food bank. Normally we don't pack in the weekends, but we ended up with 5 parcels to pack. Would you believe? 5. And that was fine. So hubby joined me and I showed him the ropes, which was cool, on how to pack parcels, because he hadn't had an opportunity to do that side of things. So that was fun to show him. And we packed all 5 parcels, 3 of which were picked up. So that was cool. They were done and they were ready to pick up by the time the lady came. And then we worked on the next 2. Yep, that's right. And those ones we had to deliver. But in the meantime, we had a load of cauliflowers that we had to pick up. So we were working to kind of set times for some things. So we went to deliver one package and we could not find the address. We asked some locals. We knocked on a door or 2. The house that we think it might be, because we couldn't find the number or anything. The house we think it might be, nobody was responding. The gate was locked, so we couldn't get to the door. There was a dog barking on the property, so we couldn't leave the box unattended in case an animal got into it. And the person wasn't responding on their phone, which was very frustrating. So we ended up not being able to deliver that parcel. And it was a referral, so I rang the person who referred that particular client, and they didn't answer their phone either. I left a message, haven't heard back, which is fair enough because it's an agency, so he'll be having his weekend, which, you know, is good to know that they're not tied to their phone or their clients. But it was just really frustrating because we couldn't, and there were multiple attempts to get hold of the person via phone and text, and we couldn't find the house, so disappointing. And the other one was delivered successfully, so we had a bit of running around, and in between all that we had to go pick up this load of cauliflowers for the food bank, which had been donated. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, like 2 big huge crates of cauliflowers. Awesome, from a local grower. And then we originally bought the food parcel home that couldn't be delivered, just while I tried a few more avenues to try and get hold of somebody so we could deliver it, and got to a point in the afternoon where it was like, no, that's, you know, it's going to eat into our weekend if we just hold on to it, and we couldn't put the frozens in our freezer because we've got no room. So we just had to run it back to the food bank to put the food away, which was very frustrating. So we did a lot of Ks and with all that running around, which, you know, it's all good. And I wanted to be able to just get it all back where it needed to go so that we could actually then relax, because we need our weekend as well. Now I have ended up with some glue marks. Hopefully they'll be covered by whatever I decorate with. So that's our 3 colours. I'm not sure which way up I like it. Doesn't really matter. Maybe that way, just because I can see the word chef, the cat food brand, underneath, and it doesn't matter. Maybe I want it upside down because I can read it, and that will take away from it, make it less obvious. So fabric, I have some fabric scraps in my glass dish here. It's literally exploding. Now you could make bumpy or textured and your fabric, you could combine those and make those one item. It's entirely up to you. Oh, this is pretty. What about a bit of pink gingham to go with that? Let's just tear, oops, get those strings out the way. Oh, there's a bit of interfacing on there. Take that off. Tear that, and whoops, tear that way. Not sure how big a piece I want yet. Just defluff some of those strings. I might cut some more off, but we'll see. I think that looks slightly brighter that side, so that might be the right side. Do I do something like quite random? I've also got a bit of yellow here. I don't believe I've got any kind of that peachy colour. This would probably be the closest, kind of similar, but I don't think so. Let's just cut a bit of this as well. Oh, I didn't snip it big enough. Oh my goodness, you do not want to tear. There we go, got it. Might be more my cold fingers than anything else that made that difficult. And maybe I'll just take off that bit there as well. Oh my goodness. No, this fabric's giving me trouble. Super hard to tear for some reason. Maybe I do kind of a wee clustery thing. Do we have maybe a third fabric? Doesn't need to be that colour. Here's a yellow kind of check pattern. No, that one's a bit, just I think because I didn't give it enough of a snip, but it's alright, just cut it. Something quite satisfying about pulling strings off a fabric. Is that something you enjoy? I find it kind of somehow therapeutic until you pull too many and realize that your piece of fabric is suddenly half the size it started out as, and then you go, maybe I got a bit carried away on the pulling. Kind of a wee clustery bit there. I kind of really like that. Okay, let's glue it down. I have no idea what else I'm going to do yet, but I like this, so I'm going to go with it. And I'm not even going to worry about whether it's the same exact composition. So I've just got in here some fabric glue. Hopefully it works. I haven't used it for several days. Is it going to come out the bottle or is it clogged? I think it might have dried in the nozzle. So let's grab a wee pin. Of course, I couldn't prepare this ahead. Well, not that I couldn't, but I didn't think to because I didn't know what prompts we were going to end up with. Didn't know that we would end up with fabric. Right, I can hear air coming through it now, so or maybe just this bottle is not a good idea for this glue. No, I might have to end up transferring it back into the mother bottle. So let's go back to the bottle it came out of. Yeah, Mum, don't tell me you're going to play up. Maybe it doesn't like the cold. Ah, here we go. We have success. This is a brand new glue, so I've only used it actually once so far. Right, and oops, sticking to me. Now which way around did I decide it was going to be? I don't remember. Let's just do it that way. Doesn't actually matter which way it goes. So that was Saturday, was pretty much taken up with the food bank and running around. Hubby had a nap in the afternoon and I just relaxed. Oh, actually, no, I didn't. I got on the computer and worked on Patreon printables. They're not done yet, but they are underway and really loving so far what I'm coming up with. So can't wait to get those done, but it will take me probably a few more days yet before they're ready. I do apologise if you're hanging out for them, my Patreon friends. Then we relaxed in the evening. Hubby cooked tea, which was wonderful, that I didn't have to worry about that. Had a Thai green curry, chicken curry, which was very, very tasty on noodles. And today we had church and then we came home, had some lunch, and hubby's gone for a nap again. And I'm doing my video. And I'm cooking tea tonight and we're having another curry actually. We're having corned beef curry. So leftover corned beef in a curry sauce, which I'll make. So, and we'll not sure whether we'll have it with rice or cauliflower rice yet. I'm thinking maybe rice, you know, proper rice, brown rice. But depends what I feel like when I go to cook. Right, let's pop that on there for now. If I do a belly band, I'm going to need some more fabric, but I've also got glue on my fingernails, which is making everything stick to me and on my fingers. Right, a little bit better there. Okay, so we've got fabric. Now we need bumpy or textured. Ooh, where's your folder? Come here. Sorry guys, I'm just grappling. I went to pull this out and I ended up with only the contents without the folder. The folder stayed on the shelf. I was like, well, that's not helpful. I am thinking about a bit of tissue for my bumpy or textured. Maybe this one. This has got sort of a peachy colour ink on it. These are made with the white backing of napkins. You know how you peel off the white backings? So these I smush around on my ink pads and create pretty coloured, fun bits to use. I'm just going to tear a bit off. Oops, very... doesn't want to tear straight, which is fine. It's probably about as much as we'll need. And I think what I'm going to do is, which glue do I want? Maybe glue stick? I think I'll start with glue stick, and if I need to add some tacky glue, I'll go in. So I'm going to just run a kind of a line down there. Turn it up this way so I can kind of see where I'm working. And just kind of almost like ruffle it up a little bit. So it's only sticking along that line of glue that I put. Not sure, have I gone right to the bottom? Yes, I've gone to the bottom. I'm just going to tear that off where the glue finishes. So not sure whether I want to glue down these edges, but I do want to trim up this edge, because this edge is straight and I want to give this edge a straight as well and bring it within kind of the confines of the card so it's not sticking out. So we've got, so that is bumpy or textured. I do want to put a little glue in under that bit there. Just using a little bit of tacky glue just to stick that down. I've got a little ruffle there. We could put another little bunch of it. Let's just straighten up that edge beforehand. Almost like a little bow. I quite like that. In fact, I'm going to wrap some cotton around it like it is a bow, because I think that's cute. Just grab out some thread. Maybe that one will be fine. Where's the end? There it is. Won't need a lot of thread, of course, but need enough to work with. I don't know about a focal image for this at the moment. What do you think would suit it? Usual suspects of bird, butterfly, flower. I don't think anything vintage in terms of like a, you know, typewriter or something like that. I don't think that would work. But I'm not sure. And I'm also thinking about the colours and what I've got that would work. So I want to just give that a straight edge as well, kind of. Right, just give that another knot just so it doesn't come undone, I think. I can't remember how many knots I did, so we'll just do another one just for safety and trim off, leaving a bit of that thread on there. Playing around with it. Right, I'm just going to stick it on. I'm not actually 100% convinced. I'm just going to stick it on because I think it's fine. So I have gone with actual bumpy texture. Oh, come on, glue, come out of there. I actually need you to flow properly. That's better. Cute. I think that's cute. Now I feel like I need something here, some sort of focal. I really don't know what to use. Die cut maybe? Let's see what I've got. Dig through my bin here. I've recently put a whole bunch of other stuff in top. Oh, that's quite nice. And it's quite a contrast, isn't it? We do have a pink one of the same rose, which is actually on textured cardstock, so that would bring in the textured element as well. What do you think? This metallic charcoal. I think I prefer this one because this one's kind of introduces the colours not quite right, I don't think. It's okay, but yeah, I think this one's better. So I think we'll go with that one. And we'll just, do we want it over this way more? Maybe, oh, I haven't glued the centre of the bow, so we could have it coming. Oh, I like that. I like that even better. Okay, let's get to gluing. Sometimes things work out in unexpected ways, don't they? So, fine needle nosed glue bottle are just the ticket for these intricate dies. You want to make sure you get all the bits glued down. Next to impossible to do without a fine tip. You make it quite messy. Like you can, there are other methods like putting the glue on your hand and running it through the glue. But I just don't like getting sticky like that. If you're familiar on my channel, you'll know because you've seen me pick glue off my hands in many a video. So no way would I put glue on my hand during a video, because then I'd be like, I've really got to clean this off before I can do anything else. Which means I'd get even less done of the project. Right, so I'm going to just slide that if I can, again, now that it's got glue on it. Down there. Oh, may straighten it up a bit. Maybe put those little threads over top, and maybe that one will lift that out from underneath as well. Oh, just need something to, there we go, get it out. Clang on top of the ruler. Okay, how's that looking? Oh, we're just going to use tacky glue to get down that little point. Obviously didn't get it with the fabric glue. Okay, I think I'm okay with that loose on the sides. Just thinking, do I need to narrow it a little bit? No, I'm going to leave it because the potential is I could ruin it totally. A word maybe. Oh, one flew out of the container. No, it doesn't work. Right. How about that? Just a little word. Just a baby word. Hugs. Short and sweet. Okay. Do I want to ink around it? I will be inking around this. Yes, I will ink around it. So this one is almost done, friends. Just now, I think down here's the best place where I had it. I didn't trial other areas and I thought, oh, maybe it's better somewhere else, but I don't think so. Okay, and all that remains is to ink around it, which I'll just do a little bit here just so you can see. I won't do the whole thing on camera. I'll do that off camera because it looks a bit bare up here, but once it's inked, it's gonna bring something more to that corner. Okay, so that is basically the faux playing card done. Our 4 of spades. Yes, I got the right number. Fuel. So we've got bumpy or textured. We've got 3 colours in the background there. We've got fabric. Done. Awesome. Okay, let's turn our attention to the belly band. How long? Oh yeah, we've got time. I'll just see, that's not quite. It's all right. It'll be fine. I can fiddle with it later. Right, a base now. We need a base. Oh, fluff in the book. Let's grab out a book page. A big chunk missing out of that now, isn't there? Okay. Make sure it's going to fit on our page, and it's too tall, so let's, do we want to fold it in half and make it a sturdy belly band? Let's do that. And I'll make it slightly shorter, because if I put it on a digital page where I've got to cut off the white border, this would end up too tall if I made it at this size. So I'm going to make it a bit shorter. Doesn't worry me if it ends up being slightly shorter than the page it goes on. Trim it there. And do I want to fold that over? Let's have a little look. I might do it as a little tuck on the front of the belly band just for something different. Little pocket or tuck. So let's glue this down. This first fold. Doesn't need a lot of glue, it's just to keep it down. And then this one will fold in about there. And I do want to distress that edge before we glue it down, because this is going to be our wee tuck. I've got an idea for the 3 colours, which is not something I think I've done yet on camera, not in this sense. I'm just going to put my cards up out of harm's way for the moment. I need to just top and bottom. I'm going to glue this part so we can still tuck something in. So there. Okay. So we'll be able to tuck you know, like that. Right, for my 3 colours, I have these children's blow pens. They're quite fun. They can give you a headache because you've got to blow a reasonable amount. But I'm going to do it because I just feel like doing that for this belly band. I'm just going to put a bit of very scrappy paper here. Let's fold that up so it's not in my way. These don't go too far, which is good. They don't, you know, spread out everywhere. So what colours? Purple, red and blue. How about we do those 3? Now they do take a bit of blowing and they do take a bit of warming up, so they won't activate until they've got a bit of moisture from your breath from blowing. They're really cheap. Hubby bought these for me last August, actually, as part of my birthday month, as he calls it. You also have to make it sure it's really down. The nib needs to be showing through the hole. If it's not, then it won't actually work. You'll be blowing and blowing and blowing and nothing will be happening. You think, well, these don't work. Just need to push it down further. And then so you switch the cartridge around so the tip's pointing down, and then you blow. So excuse me, I can't talk and blow at the same time. And I do apologise if my head gets in the way. And that's it. Oh yeah, a little bit of a headache. And then when you're finished, you just switch it back around, and that's what keeps the ink from drying out. Easy, really easy and quite fun. I'm quite enjoying them. Been using them a little bit over the last month or so, and kind of coming to grips with them and realizing that if you don't push the tip all the way down till it shows through the hole at the end, it doesn't work. It just does nothing. Okay, so red. Oop, blowing the paper. Probably colouring my own fingers here. So if you want something really affordable, and they get a bit, you know, all your condensation from your breath builds up inside, it's okay, it'll dissipate over time, then I can actually recommend these. It was a bit of a gamble, you know, are they actually going to be any good? And actually I quite like them. Right, now for the purple. Oh yeah, head brush. I'll just flip it around so we get a little bit in under there. Just, you know, for any peak that we get of that underneath, it's got something going on. Right, so that's the blowing done. Good, because my head's a bit... See, the splatter isn't too bad. Isn't that pretty? I find that quite pretty, just like that. Though it could do with a bit more. Right, just get rid of this paper now. Not worried about folding it back up the way it was. So we now have our belly band with our 3 colours. Visually it is textured. You know, it's all dotty, splattery, fun. We do need fabric. So I'm thinking of a fabric cluster. So this one's got blue, green and purple, which might work. I don't think I've got one that's blue, red and purple. This one's purple and green. I think this one works better. Just have another wee look here. We have pink. No, not that one. This one's shades of blue. I think I still like this one. I think I'll go with that one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some extra glue up until here. So I'm going to glue this bottom part shut. So our side tuck's only going to be now this tall, which is fine because you've still got plenty of room there to tuck some things in. And then this can go here, which I like. I might use the fabric glue for that. Just peeling off the dried glue off the nozzle. I think that's really pretty, that spray. So fun. There's also green, black, and then there's a white one, but I found the white one acts more like a colour changer than a white. So if you spray it over top of some of these other colours, it actually changes what they show up as, which is quite interesting. I haven't had a proper play. I noticed it was doing it. I was like, oh, that's weird. It's not white. But then one night when I wasn't sleeping, you know, I started thinking about it. I thought, oh, I wonder if it's actually designed to be more of a colour changer effect, which is pretty cool. Right, just, that's probably sufficient. It's not heavy, so don't, oops. Just trying to close the bottle now. It's twisty, a twisty cap, but then you get to a certain point where you've just got to push it down and not twist anymore, and it gets me every time. As I said, this is only the second time I've used the glue, so just trying to get used to how it works. I do like it though. I think it's very, very good glue. Okay, so we've got fabric. That's also bumpy in texture because there's like the thread there with the knot in the middle is textured. Do I want to do any other texture? Thinking stamping. I don't know why this is going a completely different direction to this one, and that is fine. Just going to grab out a stamp of some sort. What would I like? I'm thinking something textured. Oh, what about that one? And often textures I'll use with something like coffee, you know, coffee colour. But in this case, because we've got quite a coloured, dark and busy background, I'm thinking black. And there's this kind of distressed lines here. I want to see what that looks like. We can but try it. Probably want drop paper again. So let's put that behind and let's give it a go. So this is going to be our texture. So we're going for visual texture. Put one across the... Yeah, black was definitely a good choice because I don't think the coffee would have really shown up all that great. Okay, that's probably, don't want to go overboard, I don't think. Right, just give that a wee clean off. Because I clean it off because I don't want black to spread everywhere and everything end up with a bit of ink on it. It would just be not fun in my craft space, including, you know, getting all over my hands. So move it off the paper, see how we like it. Do we want to do anything else? You know what? I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't very often do this, hardly ever, but I feel like I want to give it rounded corners. Yeah, sometimes it pays not to ponder on the why too much, but just like if that's what I'm feeling, just do it. Oops, sorry. Banging into everything, my goodness. I just felt like it needed rounded corners, and I do like the rounded corners. Let's give it some edging. I need just a little time to ponder whether I want to add anything else or not, and the inking gives me a little bit of time just to absorb what it's looking like, whether I can see any areas that might need something else and what that something else might be. And it also helps bring it together, so it helps me visualize overall what it's looking like and whether there's anything else. I am thinking a word, possibly, maybe a vertical word could be something we could add. Maybe down this side, because this is our tuck. These are my vertical words from my kit on Etsy. Feels like I haven't got way near enough in here for what I should have. I must have used quite a lot. Solitude. Precious. Oh, precious is quite nice. These particular ones are trial ones. They didn't make it into the final kit, so the colours and the fonts are a little bit different, but I'm still going to use them. But they're not ones you can buy. Ones in this sort of eco-dyed colours. These are more what are in the kit. But those ones don't happen to kind of be in the right colourway that I've got going on. I like Enchanted. What about Enchanted? Oh, I feel that works. Oops. Get back in the tin. The truth wanted to hide. Got caught up in the hinges. Okay, so let's just glue that on, and then I think we're done. So we've got bumpy or textured. For bumpy or textured, we've got the stamping. The splatter itself is textured. We've got the texture of the fabric and the bow on the cluster there. We've got the three colours, the red, blue and purple of the spray that we did. So three colours, bumpy or textured. It is a belly band, and we've used fabric. So we've hit all those prompts. We made two things, a belly band and a 4 of spades card, which I just need to finish inking around, and two completely different looking items, different colorways, totally different vibe on each of them, and I think that's fun. Okay, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you jump in and give the challenge a go. It's really quite easy, you know, just interpret the prompts how you see fit, make something for your journal or to go in a journal that you're making to sell or whatever, to give away to a friend. Doesn't matter. Just have fun with it, guys. I hope you have a brilliant week ahead. Take care, and I'll be back tomorrow with Trashcraft Tuesday. I hope I'll see you back then tomorrow. Bye for now.